Hello, everyone. Welcome to Free Flowing Hypnosis Training. This training is going to help you move away from scripts and techniques if you're still using it and thinking of a way to get out of it. What we are going to discuss today is one main principle that will help you get out of it. And one of the things to really embody here is to let go of the previous information and trainings you've had and learn something new. This is going to be very, very different from what you're used to. How I teach is also going to be very different from what you're used to. It's very demo based, and we're going to get straight into it. And so one of the things that makes this an approach, and I know a lot of people have asked, will I teach you language patterns? Because it is a conversational approach. And although it's a conversational approach, we will not be doing any language patterns because this approach is conversational, but it's like, I'm going to talk to my best friend type conversational, and language patterns are just not that. And so really we're getting down and stripping down to the very basics of human connection. We are going to connect with the most important person in the room, which is your client in front of you. Therefore, no scripts, no language patterns, no book of 1,000 therapy questions. Who wants to read that? I don't, because truthfully, how you'll be able to ask your questions is going to be based on the principle. Some of you here have probably seen the intro course, and I talk about that principle of how to ask your questions. That the best questions that we'll ask our clients are the questions that need to be asked at the present moment in time. And we cannot predict that from a list of questions that are outside. And also we talk about we are entering our client's world, right? We are entering our client's world. We are not using a script from a symptom they came to us with. We are not taking a client who wants to stop smoking and creating a world of imagination for them, of having them imagine tar and all that shit from with the rabbits and shit, right? We're not doing that. We are talking to the person in front of us, which is our client. And this is exactly what we'll do here. And so we're going to get straight into a demo, and I will need someone who wants to be the therapist coach, whatever you want to call yourself. And then for the client, I do need a client who has a small problem, but a real problem, please. So think about that. And to whoever is going to be the therapist, we are going to apply the principle of asking questions. How you know what question to ask is based on your client's responses. And if you haven't been here before, that question, that very first question is provided to you already, which is, what is the problem? Or any derivative of that. What is the problem? And this is not a pre-talk intake thing. It is an investigatory type questioning. So if you do decide to volunteer as the therapist, you are going to first ask, what is the problem? And the questions you are going to ask is going to be based on that answer. So inevitably, your client will answer, what's the problem? And based on that answer, that is how you're going to formulate your next question again and again and again. Very simple, not super easy when we apply it. And so that is why if you're the therapist, don't you worry. I will be helping you if you get stuck. And you might, that's part of the learning process. And we are all very supportive here. We are all here to learn. And if someone is rude, don't worry. I'm not afraid to kick them out and completely ban them from future trainings. So that is what's going to happen here. We are going to have a lot of fun. And if you're in the therapist role, investigatory questions only, please. There's going to be a fix it question, which I will which I will point out, but investigatory. Your role is just to ask question and get shit out of your client's metaphorical backpack.